The quiet voice that changes everything, God often whispers before He shouts. Those who refuse the whisper may eventually face the storm. Have you ever looked back at a painful season in your life and realized there were warning signs you ignored? Maybe it wasn't a loud voice from heaven. Maybe it was a quiet feeling deep in your heart telling you, "Don't go there. Don't say those words. Walk away. Forgive. Be patient." But you ignored it. Many people expect God to speak through dramatic miracles, thunder from the sky, or extraordinary visions. Yet throughout Scripture, God often chose to guide His people gently before allowing circumstances to become severe. Think of a loving father watching his child play near a busy road. At first, he calmly says, "Come back." If the child refuses, the father's voice becomes firmer. If the child still ignores him, the father runs to rescue the child before disaster strikes. The father's louder voice is not because he has stopped loving his child. It is because danger is getting closer. God works in much the same way. He often begins with gentle conviction through His word, a sermon, wise counsel, or the quiet prompting of your conscience. Those whispers are invitations to safety, not restrictions on your freedom. Imagine a young man named David. He had just received his first steady income. As his salary increased, so did the temptations around him. His friends encouraged him to spend recklessly, chase every pleasure, and ignore his spiritual life. Deep inside, David sensed something was wrong. Every Sunday, he heard messages about wisdom, self-control, and putting God first. His mother reminded him to stay close to God. Even during his prayers, he felt the quiet conviction to change his direction. But he kept saying, "I'll change later." Weeks became months. He ignored the whisper. Soon, poor decisions began to pile up. Debt increased. Friendships fell apart. His relationship with God became distant. Anxiety replaced peace. What began as a gentle warning eventually became a painful storm. One night, overwhelmed by regret, David fell to his knees and cried out to God. Through tears, he finally realized that God had never stopped speaking. It was David who had stopped listening. That moment became the turning point of his life. The storm did not destroy him. Instead, it taught him to value the whispers he had once ignored. Perhaps you're waiting for God to answer a major prayer while overlooking the quiet instructions He has already given you. Maybe He has been whispering, "Forgive that person. End that unhealthy relationship. Spend time in prayer. Read my word. Be honest. Trust me." God's whispers often prepare us for blessings and protect us from unnecessary pain. The Bible reminds us that obedience is better than sacrifice. Every small decision to obey God shapes the direction of our lives. Great spiritual victories are rarely built on one dramatic act. They are built on countless small choices to listen and obey. Don't wait until the storm forces you to hear what the whisper has already spoken. Today, pause. Be still. Ask yourself, is there something God has been gently telling me that I've been ignoring? His whisper may seem small today, but it could change the entire course of your future. Remember this truth. God often whispers before He shouts. Those who refuse the whisper may eventually face the storm. Choose obedience while His voice is still gentle. The small act of surrender you make today may spare you from great regret tomorrow. If this message spoke to your heart, take a moment to reflect. What quiet instruction from God do you need to obey today? Share your thoughts in the comments, and may we all learn to recognize His gentle voice before the storm arrives.